Good morning. Now we were saying why day trading makes a lot of sense right now is because the market is getting nowhere. Excuse me. As you have seen, the impact of the war and the sanction is really causing also the news that we are getting from the US market with regards to the impact of the inflation and the rising interest rate. So it does make a lot of sense for the day trading pattern that we talk about, our intraday, of course, using no other than our VSA 360 and the alert that members and some of you have been getting it. So why aren't you trying day trading now with our VSA 360? Lots of benefit as we have shared our Trade VSA Joy with you, especially some of the members that I remember, Michelle, Aris, Dominic, as well as the few more others that are incoming in here. You will also have a chance to share our Trade VSA Joy should we win some of our winning. But let's take a look at what we have for you this morning in our Trade VSA, this breakfast show in here. Thank you for coming in here. But let's get on to what I want to share with you this morning, which is not much different. The topic of today is the only pattern you need to know for day trading with VSA in here. So understanding that the day trading pattern is why it is so powerful, right? And we have taken profit on MYEG, which we went in, only took just a few days in here, and a nice 3% profit in here, and the audience already taken in here. So how does it work? We're going to be looking at the Trade VSA 360 and dwelling into the intricate of how the stocks of them really look like in here and how to win consistently with day trading, screening the right stock. If you haven't been winning, maybe it's time for you to take a look at our VSA 360 intraday, and this may be the tools that you've been looking on in here. We also study some of the past winner, MYG, Ulicop, and YBS. Why are we so certain about our screener in here? It's because of the history of backtesting that give us the confidence to take each high probability trade. Now, the trade that you have taken in here, have you ever have any strong confidence with backing you up? Have you backtested it, or have you still been listening to stock tips and still not getting the insights of the working of the method that we're using in here? Now, this Wednesday, we have one of our member, Haran, and those of you who came on Wednesday, he also shared that he's dwelling into Trade VSA only not too far ago, and that has made him very proficient and done pretty well. I think the last 2 years a return of almost 50% return in the market there. That has made him also a VSA Trade 60 play in here. So what are you waiting for? Of course, for our members, continue to join us in our daily looking for opportunity, just like going out and doing fishing. I think that all of us want to be a fisherman, right? Now, if you are interested in income trading, just type one out there. So I want to make sure that you are really into income trading, what we are doing in our day trading in here. And also, why we always want to trade is the stock that we hit are supported by the right sector. We are in the right sector where it is in here, and not many tools out there does offer this. So you want to get onto the right tools and so forth. Of course, can anyone with limited knowledge? Of course you can do it. It's all you got to do is follow these shows and get the tools. I think the tools is important. VSA 360 for low as 2 ringgit a day, you're able to get the kind of, and can I learn more? Many of our courses and what we do in here are absolutely free in here. And also we have other tailored courses that we are doing on April 13 and 14 for deep value investing. And for those of you who are looking to get the multi-bagger, that's the one we are looking into, deep value investing. But today we'll be focusing on the day trading in here. Now, the good news is that we have the right strategy in here. Now, I'm going to asking you, what strategy are you trading right now? And is it working for you? Are you still holding on to some of those trades that has become dead wood? I sympathize with you, and I can understand. I have those too, but what did I do differently? I was able to cut loss, right? Because my losses are small, and we will always be here with you should some of you want to ask us how to cut loss. The only way to cut loss, one of the members was asking me, cut half first. Can you cut half? Not right? Just cut half. If you cannot cut half, can you cut quarter? Not just quarter, maybe 25% of the stop loss. You have to do something. If you cannot cut 25%, can you cut 10% or not? Yes, that's how we started it. Because if you're not able to do that, I think there'll be a lot of challenges going forward in here. And if you're not making the kind of trade VSA joy like what we are doing, then continue to follow us and find it. So let's share our first joy that we did from exiting the MYEG. We shared a little Trade VSA joy in here with a couple of members in here, and it has been already transferred to your Touch and Go e-wallet. So make sure if you want to get our sharing of our Trade VSA joy, make sure you have the Touch and Go, and also give us your mobile number and we can transfer the joy to you. And previously we also have the YBS. That's right, the YBS. We also transfer the Trade VSA in here. More joy, more happiness for everyone who's watching this show in here. And thank you for your support in here and your kind comments. And if you've done it correctly, follow the green pentagon, the money will flow in. That's right, just like our pentagon guided in here. Almost 3,000 ringgit profit is realized from the trade that we have, Gamuda and Evergreen. Right now everyone is talking about Gamuda and Evergreen, right? But we got on to that trade much earlier, and right now we are taking profit. Have you taken profit on some of those stocks that has moved higher? Let me know, pencil those in there in here, and let us know how we can help you to solve some of the issues that you in here. After all, we are here to help you, and we are here to help you to put the joy back into your trading, and that's why we are in here. 3,000 ringgit realized in here. That will take us closer to, so far, our returns from January to April, just beginning of April, about 6.8% return for our portfolio of 32,000 over, compared to KLCI of 2.11 in here. So it's also important that you measure your returns. If you don't measure returns, how are you going to fare whether you're making money or not, right? So it's always been the way that we do it is to consistently follow your trading plan. And once you do that, you'll be a change trader, you'll be a change investor. That's what we are always yearning for, right? Aren't we always struggling in there? Have you been coached right? Have you have the right method in here? Maybe we should always take a look at some of the tools and the mindset that beset us all this while in here. The 6.8%, it's something that we continue to follow. And of course, you can follow the green pentagon and follow the money through this investing note that we have. And we have a lot more members and also the public following the types of trade that we have in here. So go and check it out in here. But I just want to give you a quick snippet and showing you where it is right now here. And you can see this is the investing note. You can see we're up about 9% in here. We are in the money for album. We have taken profit for Gamunda, if we seen earlier on, and also Evergreen in here. That's the nice trade that we have. And this is our Pentagon portfolio trading with real money. We only have 2 more trades in here. And of course, the rule states that if the green pentagon, which we're going to share with you in here, has turned, which right now you take a look at, this is the VSA 360 in here, it hasn't turned green pentagon yet. And once it turns green pentagon, right, I'll show in here, we will get in. But who knows, the market may drop some more, and then we are back up to in here. So these are the strategy that we've been following. And if you want to follow the smart money, follow the green pentagon, and the money will flow right in. That's why we always believe that. You have to believe in that motto, right? Follow the green pentagon, follow the smart money in here. And that's how we are able to make the kind of returns that we've seen so far here. And of course, more on that tonight, right? Our weekend training, we have pushed it into Friday night. We felt that some feedback that we're getting it, more people are able to attend on the Friday night. So for our members, this will be a treat for you, is our VSA 360 Zoom session meeting. So that's where you get a chance to ask many of the questions that you want to. And I will showcase how I use pretty much in the breakfast show that I do right now to use the VSA 360 to select stocks and day trade for consistent profit. That's right, 8 p.m. tonight, and that's the QR code on the top there. So make sure you join me tonight if you want to know more about day trading for consistent profit in here. And that's what our winner Beckley did. Right, this is what they went through over a couple of sessions of training in here, and over a period of January and February. Right, a group of our masterclass students undergo the training that they're doing using pretty much VSA 360 and the same rules that they day trade, and they're able to become our first turtle trader following rules in here. And we have Miss Rosalyn Tay, which by right they are not full-time trader, they are just like you, person holding a day job in here and also achieving a little bit of success through our coaching in here to bring you up to the next level in here. As such, Rosalyn Tay was our winner, achieving 21% profit in 2 months. Can you beat that? I can't even beat that. And why is that? Because they constantly are having a plan, working on their plan, and achieving those goals like what we have shared with you on our Trade VSA Joy in here. So congratulations to our Turtle Trader 2020. And if you are interested to become our next Turtle Trader in here, join our masterclass. All right, and there's a plenty of training that we have done in here before. And of course, the tools that we talk about in here is the stock screener, VSA indicator, stock comparison, focusing a lot, 60% of it on the fundamental analysis, but the intraday are especially for our masterclass member. So keep that in mind. Masterclass members is the one that are entitled to you, and if you want to, some information in here. Now let's review back the breakfast show trade that we did, Yuli Corp, MYEG, and YBS, and also we have Leong Hub, but the Leong Hub trade was not done on last Monday, so we didn't go into those trade in here. YBS did turn out to be a profit. Yuli Corp, we scratched the trade because the market wasn't going anywhere. We were expected to go higher, so once it moves sideways, usually there's no momentum in there. We will scratch the trade with a small break even in here, and then MYG was the one that we shared that Trade VSA Joy in here. Let's take a look at those shares that we have, and the first one was YBS. Let's look at YBS. Okay, so you can see YBS when we first make it. Let's make it. We enter somewhere here. That's right. This trade here we entered. Okay. That was on the 28th of March. The market sell back off. No doubt we will know that many, which is also confirmed by our Turtle Trader. Some of those trades, if you let it run a few more days, it can go higher. That's right. We already confirmed that. So we told some of our Turtle Trader and also some of the members listening in here, all you got to do is just run those intraday trade. And you got in 55 cents, you hit about 63. Let's take a look at how much profit was that one here. And that was a 13%, a maximum of 13%. And if you put in, let me just get in the numbers in here, right? And if you put in, let's say 5,000 ringgit in here and made a 10%, and how much is that? That's a 500 ringgit return, right? A 500 ringgit return in a quarter of 4 or 5 days. Of course, not all trade works. That's why we have to have cut loss in here. Just imagine what you can do with 500 ringgit, right? More Trade VSA Joy, isn't it? Correct, right? So that's what we always been talking about in here. And today we have another trade on YBS, but I choose not to do it. But I want to share with you 2 trades that I've just done in here. So that's YBS, and let's look at MYEG. That's the next winning trade that we have here. Going through them. MYEG. I suppose we are the first live FB show that does live trading and also sharing of the live VSA Joy in here. Now this trade was we went in on the 31st of May. That's right, we went in, the market moved, you got a couple of tests in here, and we got out at 106. You went at 107, then you have uptrust, the market came back in here. But I do think, as I said before, MYEG, it is a political link counter. And a little bit also told me, right, it is likely the GE15, and many of you would have agreed the GE15 is going to be coming this year. Words hazard is going to be roughly in August or September. So a lot of these counters right now, we in May, will start to move up and start to parlay in here. So this is the right opportunity. So the question is, are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you being well trained? Right? If you're not being well trained, so don't blame that the situation could not be much better inducive for you. So that's MYEG. We got out from it and then we rotate and we want to move on another share. Let's take a look at the other shares that we have. Yuli Corp. Right? Yuli Corp, we went in somewhere on Green Pentagon. We went in about 134, 35. It did hit high here at 143. I didn't get up. Actually, I parked at 145. All right. So if I had it I went in about let's take a look at how many percent return would we make. 145 minus 134. Okay. That's 11 cent divided by 134. That's another 8% return, right? 8% return, like another 500 ringgit, $5,000 trade that will make up another 400 ringgit trade in here. That's why we want to call it the intraday trading, and also using the Pentagon guider. Follow the green Pentagon, follow the smart money in here. So right now you can see ULICOP is still ranging bounce wide. It's not going anywhere. And guess what? If the market is not going anywhere, what do? We scratch the trade. There are plenty of fishes out there. Correct? Now, don't always look at the old trades. And that's why we always been telling our members in here, right? Always look at the fresh trade. If your trade don't work, move on. And that's how backtesting is supposed to work, right? And if you have been well trained, have the right coaching here, you will probably know what to do. And if not, this is something that you will need to work on. Let us help you. Join our program in here that we talk about in here. As you see, many of our members continue to make improvement as now we are introducing the intraday trade, which is not that difficult too, right? As we've seen before in here. So let's take a look. So we have seen the 3 trades in here, and MYEG. We have taken out from it in here. Let's take a look at the summary in here. Target profit, YBS, we hit it at 60 cents. We had a 4.3, and that was one of the members who asked us to do, but we didn't hit 60 cents. Instead, we got out at 585 because I wanted to close the trade. I wanted to share the Trade VSA joy with the members who came and took the time to understand what we're trying. MYAG hit our 3% profit in here, and we scratched the ULICOP at 145. And we got out with no profit, so we didn't share that Trade VSA joy here. All right, now let's take a look at some of the summary where we talk about here. So first thing you want to do is when you look at the intraday stock alert, you want to be looking at the intraday pullback. All right, so this is the Trade VSA joy, and this is the tools that you can subscribe to it in here, right? And make no mistakes, you can subscribe to it, what you see. And today we got IOIPG. That's the one that we have bought. We also have this SOP. Sarawak Plantation, RGT, right? And we got RGT, we got Comfort. So first thing in the morning they came out this morning was YBS, United Plantation, and I will have a criteria just to summarize some of the stocks that I particularly like, okay? And you got D Pharma also, right? 3A, YBS, 3A is a COC, change of guard, another advanced pattern in here. But our focus for day trading is PB, stand for pullback, where a lot of the stock will start to move up on 1 or 2 bars and then pause for 1 day. So the next 2 trades that you'll be seeing, keep an eye on that pattern. You'll pause for 1 day. And very similar, if you are been listening to our every morning to our breakfast show, you are actually back testing on real time. You've seen enough. Maybe you have followed this episode for the last 30 episodes. So you're actually back testing 30 times. But imagine riding a bicycle. If you ride bicycle, can you learn by watching? Definitely not, right? You need to do it. And that's what makes the difference for those people who does it. Just like people who ride a bicycle, they are practicing and they become proficient. And when they become proficient, the fish will come into you. The money will flow into you. All right. Watching may not be good enough, but at least we have this guide for you that you can follow, just like what I'm doing every day, making that little small trade, 3%, 4%, follow the green pentagon, and follow the money, and the money will flow in, just like what we talk about, the 200 ringgit, the 300 ringgit, and which is very nice because we don't really need to worry so much about the overall market. Now remember, this is just for day trading purposes, right? We also have the investing framework that we teach in our masterclass. But don't miss out our April 13 and 14, which is next week, for our deep value investing course that will help you to look for much bigger profit, much deeper into the undervalued stocks inside. So what we want to see right now is to look for the pullback setup, have very high win rate. So far we've been winning 3 out of 3. That's almost 100% win rate, right? So far we have done 2 more this morning in here. Let me share with you in here. And usually we exit end of day and then we start new for some of those trades inside there. But I felt that some of these trades still got a bit of momentum, which was shared by our turtle trader who found and done it through their back testing in January and February. They have found out that, hey, if you were to hold those trades, you can actually make a bit more out there, the 400 or 500 ringgit. And that's what the purpose in here. And the criteria, we're looking about around 47 cents, good volume, and the sector is booming. And we target 3 or 4% if we can get it in there, and we can exit at the end of the day or few more bars a day. Experienced trader can run few more days out. If you are testing it right now, you're using it, just exit end of the day and paper trade it. Now, how many of you like to trade this? If you want to trade this, just type 1 in there, and we will share with you tonight how we're going to be doing that tonight too. So let's take a look at our first intraday trade that we did this morning in here, just on this. Just now, we have the IOI came out on this was 10 o'clock. So we did the first trade. It came out was here, IOI property. This is PG's property in here. Is this IOI property? Yeah, IOI property, right? So we click on that one. It came out 9:22, and that's right, 9:22. I enter at 9:28 at 103. Let's take a look at 103. Where is IOI property right now? So that's IOI PG. So this is real-time trading in here for small trade in here, property in here. So we enter, and this is what we talk about. Turn green Pentagon. Okay, turn green bar, 1 bar pullback on very low volume in here. Okay, low volume in here, and we're going to be targeting at 106. That's right, that's our profit target in here, right? So right now you got almost 300,000 at 103, 280,000 at 102. Very similar to YBS. You all still remember YBS, not the trade? Remember, right? Those of you who came, you'll remember the YBS trade. I'm sure some of you already, hey, Martin buying IOI property. I faster go in and buy, right? Well, if you want to follow, you can. I'm targeting at 106, okay? Just keep that in mind. And if the trade doesn't work out, you need to cut. All right? Keep that in mind. All right? So one of the reasons why I like this, because it was a PB alert, and it came out through our pullback here, which I've just shared with you in here. So it came out, this was it, and the volume was pretty good at 21,000. So we are looking at minimum about 50,000, 5,000 volume here. It is not too bad, 21 in here. So hasn't made much on a move here. And also, how do we know property sector is getting stronger? So how do we know property sector is getting stronger? This is where you want to use the dashboard. Okay, so you go onto the dashboard here. Let me just make it bigger in here. You also want to confirm with the sector. That's right. So when you confirm with the sector in here, and you want to look for, because we do know the IOI is property, right? You can see here is property, and it's ranked 5 out 98. If you want to go into the fundamentals, 5 out 98 in here, rating of 2 in here. Right now, it's very healthy. It's 50 green bullish Pentagon in here, and you want to just scroll over to property, property in here. That's a property, and you want to zoom up, and you can see property is really has turned green Pentagon on 20th of March. So it's been going up in a nice run in here. So property constructions are coming back, and you generally know this is aligned with the general election 15. So you can see this market now is going to retest back. So that's definitely give me a nice sweet spot. So we can see property sector getting stronger, property been uptrend since green Pentagon, and also remember IOI PG, IOI property just turned green Pentagon, and it satisfied the criteria in here too. So that's our first alert. We got in, you can see we got in here IOI at 103. You can see the matching here is 103. We are matched and we're taking profit at 106. Okay, now the second alert intraday. Let's take a look at the second alert intraday that we have done this morning in here. All right, again, make sure you subscribe to the 360 and you go over to the masterclass premium alert in here. That's the one that you need. Of course, anything that is good, right, you generally have to pay good price for it. Anything that is free, right, generally we have to be a bit careful with it. So let's take a look at RGT Berhad here, and you can see RGT Berhad at 515, which is up about 2% in here. And really what I like about RGT, and you go into here, switch over to RGT BHD, right? You can see the market hasn't broke out yet. All right, the market hasn't broke out yet. If you look on the right hand side, that's about 781,000K wanted to sell, and this is always generally you see a lot. When you see a lot of sellers, right, they really frighten you one, right? When they put a lot of buyers here, that's the one very tipu orang man. I think this market can go up more. You can see the old resistance is about 55 cents in here. That's where I might likely to take target. But if the market were to break after 11 o'clock after lunch, I might exit at the end of the day. Now this was a nice breakout. You can see up 12 points, up 4 points, then a pullback of almost just 2% in here, and this is what we talk about, the 1 bar pullback. Okay, the 1 bar pullback in here. So far you can see the market stages, and this is very good. If you have market stages in here, you want to use this, but green pentagon already turned right on the 25th of March. So we can see green pentagon turn up, and it hasn't touched the red danger zone yet. So that means this red danger zone is, it's still okay, yeah. But once it hit that, you want to be out quickly. Remember, intraday trade, you don't want to stay too long. You want to get your 4-5%. And remember, right, this is the maths behind it. Okay, let me just share with you the maths behind it. Okay, now if you can make 1.04, okay, 1.04 times 5,000, okay, times 5,000, right, that's then you compound and get times 1.04, okay, 1.04, right? You can see that compound and compound and compound. Just imagine how much does the fixed deposit compound? 4%, right? How long is that? That's a year. If you can compound this every day, I'm not saying you can, let's say you compound this maybe once every 2 weeks, or once every 3 weeks, right? Or maybe once every week, you get better. And the whole point is monitoring this and doing consistently, just like the fishermen going to the sea, continue to fish and fish and fish and fish. So right now, you haven't seen RGT break up yet. But again, if you want to do this trade, you can take it at 51.5 cents and park out, exit at the end of the day. But if the market were to start to run higher, then you want to go in. Don't say I didn't tell you. You want to go in. This is the time you want to go in. So I know some of you are dashing in to key in your entry in here. So let's take a look at what we have done. So why is this a good stock to study? Okay. Which I did the trade already. Now the market, right, and not just going back to hit, he has fallen a fair bit, 53% in here, and starting to make up, breaking up in here, caught a lot of the eye, but it will be a resistance in here. All right, there will be likely to be a resistance in here. So it's just sort of fending, looking for a little bit of what we call maybe smart money distributing. But right now they are just paused, waiting for some situation that is coming. I'm still thinking that there will be a movement. But if you switch to a daily if you switch to hourly chart, this is pretty good. You can see hourly chart in here, turn green pentagon, and really what I like about in here is a lot of tests. You can see, right, low volume test, and then you have line change and just waiting. Just waiting, that's all. You can see, right, a classic case of low volume breakout, low volume breakout, and that's what you want to do on a hourly chart, right? And how do you spot that? Definitely the VSA 360 intraday alert to do that, right, in here. Oh, came back down to 5.1 in here. No worries, right? Volume's a bit low. Okay, we have to wait for that in here, and we want to see how much of the market it is. And if the trade didn't work out right, that's where we will exit end of the day. So while the momentum is there, okay, it's not towards the selling, we will exit end of the day if the trade doesn't pan out. Why? So let's look at the 3 reasons just now. I just said, 1, there was low volume test in here. This market has beaten down a lot more in here, and we are seeing sign of pickup. And the exit point will definitely be end of today. If the trade doesn't move up higher, we want to be out, and that's why ends the second intraday trade that we have done so far in here. Okay, now for members, to ensure the high success rate of screening a Pentagon Guider portfolio, right? This is one of the things that I'm going to be showcasing you tonight when you come for the Zoom, is using the screener, all right? And you go down to Pentagon Guider in here, right? And you want to be selecting, okay, the green pentagon. When you see the green pentagon, these are your blue trend zone. These are your blue trend zone, means the market started to turn green. So some of these you can switch on to the 18, you select, and you select Pentagon Guider, which is pre-selected for you. You can sort it out. You can see most of the time you're going to have winners, more winners than losers. And that's how, when you buy some of these stocks, you are likely to be on the right side of the market. So I would say 50% of the work has already been done by you. And you will select on the 17th. Okay, so this is the stock from the day of the opening until the 7th of April. All right, so you can see TP here, and you can see 6% is the big one. But look at it, the big winner, 28, 17, 15%. So you're going to have more winner than loser. All right. And that's basically what we want to do. How you can increase your win rate and your percentage of return by almost 30% when you click on to the Pentagon Guider. That's the one. All right. Don't look for Spring in here. Look for the Pentagon Guider. This one here. That's the one you want to be paying attention in here. All right. So keep that in mind. Pentagon Guider in here. Okay, any question you have, just pencil those in here. I'm happy to answer them. So this is how we increase the returns and the win rate by almost 30% when we enter during Green Pentagon. Especially now, many of you don't have any rules. You want to stick to these rules, so you want to be consistent out there. So that's how you want to be able to make 30-40% return per year, regardless of what we have. We have done back tests, and tonight, when you join us at 8 p.m. in here, my coach Arif will share with you in here how he was managed to back test and made about 50% return in here. If you have a system, use it. And that's how you want to grow your wealth and also your income. We find that this is how we've been doing it and pretty consistent going forward. Now, of course, the 2 shares that we have, and this is the feedback. And if we do win, again, for our trade VSA for the IOI PG, okay, as well as the RGT Berhad, we will share the trade VSA. So when you were to give us the feedback, in there, make sure you mention the name of the stocks. And again, make sure you download the Touch and Go e-wallet in here. And once the trade is already been conceived and the sharing of the trade VSA Joy, we will do and route those trade VSA Joy with you, like what they have been doing. The more win that we have, the more trade VSA joy for everybody in here. All right, we'll share the good joy with everybody else. Okay, so at the end of the session in here, we have said before, it's one of those patterns for day trading. Ever you want to know is a line change followed by 1 bar pullback. And definitely right now, we are seeing for 2 stocks, which is the RGT Berhad and also the, what's the other one? Apa itu? The RGT Berhad and the IOI PG in here. It hasn't moved up in here, right? That came out on the screener in here. So using the trade VSA 360 alert in here. We also look at how to constantly screen for better odds is to use the Pentagon Guided trading portfolio criteria that we have inside here. And those criteria I've just shared with you, at least above 47 cents and at least 5,000 volume in here. That will definitely put you into the right spot. Now remember, that's how you want to be consistent in here. A lot of the information we are sharing here are just merely 10% what we will teach you in our masterclass. And definitely those of you who have joined our masterclass in here will continue to benefit. And those who have not, we have some information right there below there that will allow you to find out more information. You can join our coming masterclass. And very importantly, back testing. Now the back testing is the fundamental psychology building that you need to take your trade to the next level in here. Can anybody with limited knowledge do it? Yes, of course. That's why we have been doing this. Our turtle trader that have won it, they came in also, right? Remember, they are not professional people, and yet they're able to make better returns than professional people. And what is that? Because they have determination. They're willing to put in the effort, that your time and money in here. I'm sure you too are willing to put in some money and time and able to consistently do better in here. How can I learn more? There's a lot of information you have in here. Definitely one way to start is to join our program, and we can start off with our Zoom session. And these are some pricing information that we have. The intraday alert is under our combo plan, which have the trade VSA plus our 3-day masterclass, which we'll be doing soon in May after the Hari Raya in here. And for those of you who want to start off in, you can also take up the plug-in information in here. Do contact us, more of this information in here for 2 ringgit per week per day, and some of the returns we're talking in here. And this is from one of our reviewer. I think he was also one of our sharing of our joy from Dominic Baptist. It's difficult to believe that trading the Malaysian stock market could be so easy. I mean, I was a skeptic at first, but a simple yet methodical method, rule-based. We trade VSA 60, plug in, open his eyes. Congratulations. And I think all of us will always start as a skeptic, not until I share this trade VSA joy that many of you will open up your eyes. And to me, it's a small amount, but let's sharing of the joy in here too. Okay. And don't forget, our breakfast show now is only Monday and Friday. Take note of in here. And this is our session tonight. So I hope to see you guys tonight in here, how to do more day trading. And this is where you want to bring up your questions. How to do those day trading in here, right? And how do I backtest them? The more that you do, the more joy that you were getting in here, just like what we have shared previously before. All right, we're going to be looking at a couple of stocks right now. If you have any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil those in here, and we'll be looking at those. Okay, if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, just pencil it in. And else, don't forget to smash our YouTube subscribe button in here to subscribe to all things that is great and informational as well as educational in here. And don't forget to share our Telegram chat room in here. This is the source of information where you want to have it. All right, we want to look at, there's a stock here from Emilus. I do know that the Emilus is one of the stocks which was brought out by Rakuten. That's right, because it came out on the signal in there. If you ask me, Emilus has nothing because I do not know what strategy that they are using in there. So I think it's also good that you find out what strategy, what volume that you're using in here. But if you look from here, because I've been comparing a bit of the, you can see here on the daily chart, right, there's nothing much. You can see, right, still green pentagon in here. Spring is just going up, and you got you haven't even, you can look at this, right, there's no basis in here right now. I don't see anything until at least I see some sort of movement of the market stages that you see this one. You want this to move up, but right now I don't see any yet. Until it move up here, I'll be interested. So that's why it's important for those of you who have the market stages, use this to your advantages. Okay, if you're not subscribed to it, let's look at Pre-Star. Pre-Star has done green pentagon in here. It has moved up. Now right now it's moving back in here. Now normally, as I said before, if I'm a trader, I'm a shorter term, if I buy something, it doesn't move, I will scratch the trade. I could have got in here at the green pentagon. All right, and let's take a look here to here, about 5%. Right, and if the market doesn't move anywhere else, I will just scratch the trade and I move on to something else. And remember, the whole point of the intraday trading concept is that you keep compounding your 4 or 5%, 4 or 5% inside there. Else your trade will stuck. And once you get into stuck, you're going to get into the habit of not cutting loss. And to me, I've seen many beginners really struggle with that. Okay, and another one, you got the data prep. Okay, we got Muhiba. Okay, Muhiba Engineering in here. This is a nice one here. Okay, I like this. Right, just turn green, man. Give it a bit more room. You need for the market to break out a bit more. Okay, wait for the market to break out a bit more in here, and don't run your profit too long. Okay, KAB is another one also in Rakuten. Okay, and this one, danger. I don't like this generally because you have a widespread bar 10%. The market will pull back down. But if you take out this bar here, the 43 cents, I would go back in again. So I'll set alert for the 43 cents. This is like a 1 bar pullback. Okay, the 1 bar pullback for the intraday alert in here. Great. Okay, so and then we got data prep. These are all your UMNO shares because of the UMNO shares again. No movement yet. Okay, it's going to be a bit like your MYEG lah. Just sideways, you have to wait long time on. Okay, MYEG in here. So important is to have some sort of a strategy in here. All right, if you can wait, then you wait lah. Okay, if not, do a bit of what we call intraday and get a little bit of joy there. All right, some of you want more action, then you go ahead and do what it is. So data prep right now will be very similar to in here. Data prep, let's go back to data prep in here. Now the market stages simply saying that there hasn't been any of this bar turning green yet. Okay, so hasn't been any bar this turning green yet. So it's not a buy time yet. All right, if you're looking for entry, no doubt you have a green pentagon in here. No, green pentagon here. So you could have got in somewhere on the opening. Remember, we always talk about getting in on the opening of the market. Okay, opening of the market in here. So okay, great. So let's take a look at the stocks. that we have before we leave, which is the IOIPG. Okay, IOIPG still 102, and the other one is RGT, BHT. Okay, it is right now is at 50.4 cents. You can see the market now has dropped a bit down already. Okay, it's dropped a bit down and switching to a daily chart. It's okay. You can see the market now in here. Let's see what it will do in the later hour. If not, we will take actions in here. Okay, that's all for what we have this morning in our breakfast show. Thank you for coming in here, and I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Bye bye.